The rain came down hard on the metal roof of the hangar, loud enough to drown out the sound of the evening broadcasts. Liam wiped the grease from his fingers and looked out at the empty sky field. Just another quiet night on Moon 5, the kind of place people only remembered when they were running from something, or someone. He was packing up his tools when the alarms blared. Not the usual low battery warning or local scanner buzz. This one was real. Emergency landing. Liam ran outside just in time to see a silver blur streak across the sky, then crash into the far end of the field with a bright explosion of sparks and dust. By the time he got there, the wreckage was hissing and steaming. The ship looked nothing like anything built in this sector, sleek, curved, almost alive. He stepped closer, cautious. Then the hatch opened. Out stumbled a figure, tall, thin, and not wearing any kind of suit. Her skin was pale blue and her eyes glowed faintly in the rain. She looked at Liam, bleeding from her side, and said in a soft but clear voice, "Help me." He didn't move at first. "You're not human." "No," she replied, half collapsing against the hull. "But I don't mean harm. Please, my ship needs repair." Against every rule he knew, Liam caught her before she hit the ground. "Hang on." He brought her into the hangar, laid her down gently, and ran scans on the ship. The design was strange, but the damage was real. Thrusters offline, hull cracked, energy core leaking. He could patch it, maybe. When she woke, he had just finished welding a broken panel. "You're good," she said weakly. "I get by," Liam muttered. "Who are you?" "You can call me AL. That's short for something?" "No." He frowned. "Why'd you come here?" AL hesitated, then said, "I was looking for someone who could help me fly again." "Lucky guess," Liam joked. "This backwater moon doesn't get many visitors." "Not a guess," AL said slowly. "I saw you in a vision." Liam stopped. "A what now?" "My kind, we see threads, possible futures, paths not yet walked. One of those paths led me to you." Liam raised an eyebrow. "Right, so you're some kind of space prophet?" She smiled, and even with the blood on her lip, it was strangely peaceful. "I'm just someone who's tired of running." They worked side by side for hours. She guided him through unfamiliar parts of the ship, her voice calm but firm. Liam had never touched alien tech before, but something about it made sense, almost like it responded to him. When they took a break, she handed him a thin, crystal-like disc. "Put this on your neck." "What is it?" "Trust." He placed it behind his ear. A wave of warmth hit him, followed by images, star systems, hyperspace lanes, complex symbols. "What is all this?" "The ship's flight knowledge. My people store it this way." Liam blinked. "Wait, you want me to, fly this thing?" "I can't, not anymore. But I'm not a pilot." "You will be," Ale said, then added softly, "You already are." Liam stared at the broken ship, then back at her. He didn't understand why she trusted him, why out of all the galaxies she picked him. But deep inside, something sparked, like a fire long forgotten. Maybe, just maybe, he wanted to fly, and maybe this wasn't just about fixing a ship. It was about becoming something more. Liam didn't sleep that night. He sat in the pilot's chair, staring at controls made for hands that weren't quite human. Lights blinked, patterns shifted, and he could feel the ship. Yes, feel it, like it was alive. The crystal Ale gave him was still behind his ear. It pulsed now and then, feeding new knowledge into his thoughts. He knew what half the buttons did already. He shouldn't, but he did. Elle walked in slowly, still weak but standing on her own. Her wound had sealed thanks to her medkit, far more advanced than anything Liam had seen. "You stayed," she said. He shrugged. "You needed help. You could have called the patrol, told them you found a crashed ship. They'd have taken you, maybe taken me too. I've seen what they do to outsiders." Ale smiled faintly. "Then I was right about you." Liam leaned forward. "Right about what?" You're not just good with tools. You're good with choices. The hangar shook. Not violently, but enough to make tools rattle. What was that? Liam stood. Aile's face darkened. They found me. From the doorway, Liam spotted shadows in the sky. 3 ships, low and fast, coming toward the hangar. Dark, triangular vessels with glowing red lines. They looked like hunters. Who are they? Bounty scouts. Not Empire, but they work for them. They want you? They want what I stole. A chance at freedom. Liam stared. Then we run. Aile looked at him. You're sure? He nodded. You gave me a sky. Now let's take it. She climbed into the co-pilot seat. You'll need to link with the ship. I thought I already did. Not fully. This is different. You won't be a passenger anymore. Liam reached out and gripped the main interface. It shimmered beneath his fingers. A low hum filled the cockpit. His thoughts stretched. Suddenly he was the ship. He could see the ships outside before they fully arrived. He could feel the wind speed. The hangar walls were like cloth in his mind, obstacles to tear through. Let's fly, he whispered. The floor beneath them shook harder. One scout ship fired a warning shot. The wall exploded near the hangar entrance. Liam pushed. The ship lifted straight into the air, blasting out of the torn roof. Fire and metal flew in every direction. A second later, they were above the field, engines roaring. Aile called out, "Behind us!" He turned mentally, twisting the ship like a thought. The rear thrusters flared, and they shot forward, low across the rocky plains. Where are we going? Liam asked. Beyond the system, she said. They won't follow far. Empire scouts aren't allowed past the rift line. What's there? Old space, lost sectors, but safe, for now. They weaved through clouds, dodging blasts of plasma. The enemy ships were fast, but Liam had something better. Instinct. He didn't fly like a trained pilot. He flew like someone who refused to be caught. They reached orbit. The stars opened up ahead. Aile gave him coordinates. Punch it. Liam focused. The stars bent, twisted, and then the ship cracked into hyperspace like a silent thunderbolt. Silence followed. They were gone. Liam leaned back, panting, sweat running down his face. We did it. Aile looked at him, not like a pilot, not like a mechanic, but like something else entirely. No, she said softly. You did it. He stared ahead. All his life he'd been fixing other people's problems. Now he was out here, flying, free. He wasn't just a mechanic anymore. He was something more. And the sky wasn't the limit anymore. It was just the beginning. The stars outside the window looked different now. Darker, colder, less welcoming. Liam sat in the pilot's seat, still trying to understand what had changed. Maybe it was the silence. Or maybe it was what Aile had just told him. She was once part of the Empire. You were one of them? Liam asked, eyes locked on her. I was born into it. Trained to fly for their elite fleet, Aile replied, her voice calm but heavy. But I left when I saw what they truly were. Liam frowned. So why did they come after you? Just because you ran? She shook her head. Because I took something with me, something they want to erase. They floated above a quiet planet, burnt and broken. The surface was nothing but ash and glass. No signals, no cities, no life. Liam looked at it through the ship's display. This place used to be alive, Aile said. Until the Empire called it disobedient. He felt something in his chest, an anger he hadn't known before. And Earth? Are we next? Aile hesitated. Yes, you're not part of the Alliance. You don't follow their rules. That makes you dangerous in their eyes. Liam stood, fists clenched. But we haven't even done anything. You exist, she said. And that's enough. He paced the cockpit. We have to warn Earth. They won't listen. Not until it's too late. Then we make them listen, Liam snapped. Aile watched him carefully. That's why I chose you. He turned. What? I didn't crash on your moon by mistake. I needed someone human. Someone the ship would bond with. Someone who still believed in doing the right thing, even when it's dangerous. Liam looked at the controls. The ship's interface was now second nature to him. It felt like it had always been there, waiting for him. Elle pointed to a blinking red dot on the map. There's a supply base here. If we can get inside, we can steal the codes to the Empire's outer fleet movements. And then what? Then we know when they're coming, and how to stop them. Liam nodded slowly. All right. What's the plan? Ale stood beside him. We go in quiet, take the data, leave before anyone knows. Liam grinned slightly. And if it all goes wrong? She looked him in the eye. Then we fight our way out. The ship descended into the dark side of a massive gas giant's moon. The base was built into a crater, hidden beneath layers of ice and rock. Liam's heart pounded as they approached. This wasn't a repair job. This was war. As they landed, Ale handed Liam a small device. This will let you move unseen for a short time. Use it if things get bad. He took it. You sure we can pull this off? I'm sure you can. They stepped off the ship, into the cold shadows of the base. The Empire had no idea what was coming, but soon they would. The last sky run. The halls of the Empire's supply base were cold, dark, and filled with machines that didn't sleep. Security drones floated above the steel floor, scanning every corner. Liam and Ale moved like shadows, their steps silent, their breath slow. Liam's heart raced. He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't trained for this. But the ship had changed something inside him, and Ale's belief in him burned brighter than fear. They reached the main data core, an orb of glowing blue light, floating in the center of a tall room. Ale tapped a small console. Hold them off for 60 seconds. I'll extract the fleet movement data. Liam nodded, gripping the small energy pistol she had given him. What if more drones show up? They will, she said without turning. Just don't let them shoot me. The first drone arrived within moments. Liam fired and missed. It spun toward him, charging its cannon. Liam dove behind a pillar, fired again, this time hitting its core. It exploded in a shower of sparks. He looked back at Ale. How much longer? 30 seconds. 2 more drones came from the opposite hall. Liam ducked, fired quickly and took one down. The other hit his leg, lightly but enough to make him stumble. Ale shouted, 10 seconds! Liam stood again, forced himself through the pain and blasted the last drone just as it charged. Smoke filled the room. I got it, Ale cried. She pulled a chip from the console. We have the codes. Let's go. They ran back through the corridor, alarms blaring. Lights turned red. Defense turrets dropped from the ceiling. The ship was already powering up as they jumped aboard. Strap in, Ale shouted. The ship shot upward, blasting through the base's entrance like a bullet through glass. Explosions followed behind them. Enemy ships were already in the sky. Liam grabbed the controls. They're going to block us. Ale looked calm. Then break through. Liam didn't hesitate. He linked with the ship, letting it become part of him again. The sky bent. Laser fire danced around them. We won't make it to hyperspace in time, Ale said. I'll find a hole. They flew hard and fast, dodging beams, skipping off asteroid fields, diving under enemy cruisers. Liam could see patterns no human should be able to see, paths through the chaos. Just before they reached the jump point, a massive cruiser appeared in their path. It filled the entire front view. Ale stared. That's the Empire's flagship. We can't fight that, Liam said. We don't have to, Ale whispered. She touched the console. The ship shifted, reacting to something. A glow surrounded her hands. What are you doing? Liam asked. I'm giving you one last gift. No, don't, she smiled. You have to finish this. Before he could stop her, the light from her hands spread through the ship and into him. He felt her thoughts, her memories, and her pain, and then she was gone. Her body faded like mist, her essence now part of the ship. The ship roared, louder than ever, Faster than ever. Liam screamed and slammed forward. The vessel shot through the Empire's fleet like lightning, tearing past the flagship in a blur. No one could follow. No one could catch them. They jumped. Silence returned. Liam sat alone in the cockpit. The seat beside him was empty now, but her voice still echoed in the ship. You were born for this. His hands trembled. He had lost her, but she had given him something greater than escape. She had given him the sky. The man who touched the stars. Liam drifted in orbit above a quiet planet. The stars blinked around him, silent witnesses to everything he had just lived through. The ship, now fused with Ael's essence, no longer felt like a machine. It was warm, alive, and always listening. He sat still for a long time. She was gone, but not truly. He could feel her in the systems, the way the ship responded faster, smoother, almost instinctively. The navigation screen blinked softly. The stolen chip still sat in its slot. Fleet routes. Invasion plans. Earth was on the list. Liam tightened. His jaw. He set a new course. 2 weeks later, Earth's orbit shimmered as Liam's ship broke through stealth layers. It had been years since he last saw his home from above. The blue oceans, the white clouds, it looked peaceful. But peace never lasted long when the Empire set its sights on a world. He landed outside a military outpost and stepped down. Guards aimed weapons at him. He raised his hands. I have something you need to see, he said. They didn't trust him, but when the ship opened behind him and projected a live hologram of the Empire's fleet movement, they stopped talking. Soon, Earth's leaders listened. The skies would be filled with fire within weeks if nothing changed. But now, thanks to Liam and Ael, Earth had a chance. A plan formed. Defense grids, counter-fleet routes, resistance units. They even asked Liam to lead the first defense wing. He said no. I'm not a soldier, he told them, but I'll train your best to fly like I do. Years passed. The invasion came, and Earth was ready. Thanks to Liam's flight paths and tactics, the Empire lost their first battle near Saturn's rings. And after that, they learned a hard lesson. Humans don't run, they rise, they adapt, and sometimes they fly with fire in their veins. Now, on a distant moon that serves as a flight academy, a statue stands tall. It's a man reaching for the stars, hand extended as if offering someone else the same chance he once got. Below it, a plaque reads, She wasn't human, but she gave him the sky, and he gave it to the rest of us. Inside the academy, young cadets sit around a quiet man in a gray jacket. His hair is a little older, his eyes wiser, but his voice still carries purpose. They call him Instructor Liam now. He tells them a story. About the night a stranger crash-landed in his life. About a woman who wasn't from Earth, but gave him the stars. And about the moment he stopped being a mechanic and became a man who touched the galaxy.